Being oppressed, cursed for breaking the Deuteronomic codes. Deuteronomy 28:15 through 68. Read that. Leviticus, the 23rd chapter. Read that. Everybody's against the black man, but everybody wanna be us, man. Cream of the planet. Asiatic.
Our time come soon. We've been oppressed too long. Taunting me and my people till our lives are gone. Our time come soon. We've been oppressed too long. Taunting me and my people till our lives are gone.
Shaklack, shaklack, shaklack. Guns are blazing. Bodies are laying every day on ghetto pavements. Girls molested by wicked men that their mothers trust to raise them. My first thought is to grab that thing and erase these abased men. But I realize I can't just kill lives that are products of European enslavement. Now many minds are like Frankenstein that are Willie Lynch related. See, some of us has never escaped it. We gotta do what it takes to break it. You say I hate them because they are rapists. Well, I hate the resource of our ancestors being locked to mate in cages. I'm preparing for our engagement. This war against the children of Satan. Patiently awaiting on Christ's return for this war of Armageddon. As stated in the 19th chapter of Revelations, our morals are merely disintegrate. We now walk the earth lost in space. My talk and thoughts won't make things safe because the truth often agitate. My destiny within the breath in me is to erase black self-hate. Don't call me a racist because I pinpoint hate and because I love to embrace my race. I belong to a nation that seems to have fallen within the abyss of degeneration since being made slaves in former days by out of the cave Caucasians. Now my people really believe that a fake white Christ is coming back to save them. I see false prophets soul searching in New York subway station. Christ be black like me, so can you actually please tell me why you're all hating? If you research, you will see that this is factual information. Because the truth I speak, you say, tells the docs are racist. I hate them. Damn, you black and Latino people are so amazing. Looks like only Yeshua can come back to save some. Get your mind right, kings. Get your mind right, man. Face this war, get ready for this war. Armageddon, there's a war on blacks, man.
Our time come soon. We've been oppressed too long. Taunting me and my people till our lives are gone. Our time come soon. We've been oppressed too long. Taunting me and my people till our lives are gone.
I'm far from perfect, but striving to be Christ-like. So perhaps I can make a difference within our thugs' life. Leaders, preachers, and teachers give them false perception that mentally maim. They're drowning in the pool of deception and corruption in these last days. They have no map, plan, and hopelessly caged to ever escape this ghetto maze. Slow down, little homie, pump your brakes. Because too many black men are rushing to early graves. Too many still live in mental cage. Others slip through the cracks, then forget about their race. But I have a master plan straight from the Creator that will lift up the entire nation like an elevator. We're just pawns in the games, the real players hate us. They love white knights, white queens, that's cool. Like a chess game, my people, they study our every move. Use your freedom of speech to teach, they might move on you if you attempt to spark dark minds with your Jews. I'm not trying to make your thoughts mine, cause that's not cool. But you can't lose with the stuff that I use. I give birth to thoughts that break the curse. In 9 months, these dead minds I unearth. Born again, I teach them to love each other first. This promotes both mental and spiritual elevation. We need to stand up now to unite as a nation. Demand reparations for all the days that they enslaved us. They say you people just need to learn to exercise patience. It's been over 100 years and we're still waiting. He sighs and looks up in disbelief. The commander-in-chief has no love for we. He's supposed to rule the earth justly, but I see death around the corner and hell up in Harlem, B. Don't go to Ethiopia, can't you see? We got starving children right here on our city streets. This country really don't have no love for us. Is it possible to love whom you cannot trust? Things have to change, it is a must. After what was done to us, we've been beaten and shot for reaching for ID. Pay the police salaries to brutalize and murder me. Every city in America seems to be that the beast mentality is a monopoly.
Our time come soon. We've been oppressed too long. Taunting me and my people till our lives are gone. Our time come soon. We've been oppressed too long. Taunting me and my people till our lives are gone.
Water. Is that a mirage? Or is that a man ahead?
What man is that?
What is that? What manner of man are you, sir, my lord? May you have water. We're thirsty. We've been traveling for days.
Get up, son. Do not kneel. Thus says the Lord, you've been chosen. Thus says Yahuwah, you've been chosen today.
Chosen to locate the Decalogue stone?
The poor sinner.
You've been chosen, my son. Locate the stone, baby.
Saith Yahuwah, it has been prophesied that there was a stone that dates back to the time of Solomon. How will we find the stone?
Follow the road.
So it was. The true disciples of Christ, the men of the Lord, begin their journey in search of the Decalogue stone, which leads them just outside of Los Lunas, New Mexico. A stone that dates back over 3,000 years during the time of King Solomon. The Los Lunas Decalogue stone is a large boulder on the side of Hidden Mountain near Los Lunas, New Mexico, about 35 miles south of Albuquerque, that bears a non-line inscription carved into a flat panel. The stone is also known as the Los Lunas Mystery Stone or the Command Rock. With no pre-plotted out map to locate the stone, the men of the Lord was actually being led by the Ruach HaKadosh to locate the Decalogue stone, and the angel of the Lord guiding them across the desert terrain. So it was. So it is, they continued their journey to push across the deserts of Los Lunas, New Mexico, in search of the Decalogue stone, being led by the Ruach HaKadosh. The Most High bless his men. The angel of the Lord appears a second time, directing them to the Decalogue stone. A stone that it dates back to the time of King Solomon, over 3,000 years ago.
I see something. Paleo.
The ancient Hebrew, our language. Khan.
Follow the path.
All praises to the Most High.
Oh.
Praise be the Most High. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, transliteration, our Father.
Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, I'm calling out to you, how we crying. Turn more from seeing we live
thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth, just the same. YHWH, 4 letters found in Dead Sea Scroll caves. Romans 10:13, whoever so calls on that name, the same shall be saved. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us of our debts as we forgive these debtors. Stultifying us creditors, Esau playing editor, defacing artifacts, showing true Jews had melanin. Finna call Chris Hansen in to catch these spiritual predators who pervert depictions of the Son of Man's skin. But let the dust settle in and wait for Yahweh Shai to crack that dome as the sweetest metronome. To hear that so far from the sky, praying for forgiveness of sin. Ain't no retry. I'm praying that that gulf in the end isn't so far between you and I. I'm praying for 12 tribes to combine under the commandments of the Most High as I face the east and say his prayer every sunrise.
But now it's Shabbat Shemayim. I'm calling out to you, how will we crying? Turn off from seeing we living in anguish, and the gates thereof the language. But now it's Shabbat Shemayim. I'm calling out to you, how will we crying? Turn off from seeing we living in anguish, and the gates thereof the language.
But now it's Shabbat Shemayim. My heart is crying. Israelites are dying in sin, fasting and praying. This horrific rules up. Agagites will end. Time's prophecy. A T-girl waves a cock at me. An atrocity. I rebuke them for hate speech that wanna lock up me. There ain't no way Satan's stopping me for dropping these bombs of truth. Got chosen people worshiping Zeus, calling him Jesus. He's really Cesare Bozir. I prophesy, but 2/3 of the chosen seed can't hear. Only fan hoes, ballers, and pimps of the year. Fly guy, Benjamin be on that. I and I, worshiping Jai, Selassie. Molly got rosters high. I chant Kwam Yasha Allah. They kill for that. Popeye's chicken. Birds fly up, try to holler. Leg, arm, head. That spells Allah. Hebrew word for power. Yeshua will bring destruction in that final hour. Revelations 19:11. The sky is cracked by that woolly hair black. When West call Yahweh Shai. Sit in my face, I see death in my eye. Complain about Esau, mostly murdered by my own Khan.
But now it's Shabbat Shemayim. I'm calling out to you, how will we crying? Turn off from seeing we living in anguish, and the gates thereof the language. But now it's Shabbat Shemayim. I'm calling out to you, how will we crying? Turn off from seeing we living in anguish, and the gates thereof the language.
Massive killing, they murdered Gad on Thanksgiving. Jod turkeys really illin'. This is spiritual healing. Broke our bones, took our thrones, burned our homes. A spiritual man, even if they murked me, I'll live forever. Yours, baby. Akim betrayed me. Sex and Edomite lady gave him HIV and herpes. Rejected Israelite sisters. That's called judgment, little mister. Not trying to dish ya, but uplift ya with the ruach. If you knew what I just said, the Holy Spirit would really move ya. But instead, it reprove ya. You a sucker like a hooker. You blew it. Lollipop, and I knew it. Lollipop, and I knew it. Abanawa. Shabbat Shemayim. Transliteration, our Father, which art in heaven.
Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom.
Once again, you know, the sounds of the voice of the true disciples of Christ, and this is Yahuwah walk. All praises to Yahuwah Yahusha. Get out of here saying, man. Since it is a Shabbat, can we get someone to read something from the Torah? As with every Shabbat, we always start reading from the Torah. So can we get one of the good brothers to read something from the Torah, man? Come on.
Come on. Shabbat Shalom, Aku.
Shabbat Shalom.
What a pleasant day to be alive. I'll be reading from Exodus chapter 14. Verse, I'll start at verse 10. Actually, I'll start verse 8. And Yahuwah hardened the heart of Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and he pursued after the children of Israel. And the children of Israel went out with an high hand, but the Egyptians pursued after them, all the horses and chariots of Pharaoh, and his horsemen and his army, and overtook them by encamping by the sea, beside Phihara, before Baal-zephon. And when Pharaoh drew nigh, the children of Israel lifted up their eyes, and behold, the Egyptians marched after them. And they were sore afraid. And the children of Israel cried out unto Yahuwah. And they said unto Moses, because there were no graves in Egypt, hast thou taken us away to die in the wilderness? Wherefore hast thou dealt thus with us to carry us forth out of Egypt? Is not this the word that we did tell thee in Egypt, saying, let us alone, that we may serve the Egyptians? For it had been better for us to serve the Egyptians than that we should die in the wilderness. And Moses said unto the people, fear ye not, stand still and see the salvation of Yahuwah, which he will shew to you today. For the Egyptians whom ye have seen today, ye shall see them again no more forever. Verse 14, and Yahuwah shall fight for you, and ye shall hold your peace. And Yahuwah said unto Moses, wherefore criest thou unto me? Speak unto the children of Israel, that they go forward. But lift thou up thy rod, and stretch out thine hand over the sea, and divide it. And the children of Israel shall go on dry ground through the midst of the sea. And I, behold, I will harden the hearts of the Egyptians, and they shall follow them. And I will get me honor upon Pharaoh, and upon all his hosts, upon his chariots, and upon his horsemen. And the Egyptians shall know that I am Yahuwah, when I have gotten me honor upon Pharaoh, upon his chariots, and upon his horsemen. And the angel of Yahuwah, which went before the camp of Israel, removed and went behind them. And the pillar of the cloud went from before their face, and stood behind them. And it came between the camp of the Egyptians and the camp of Israel, and there was a cloud and darkness to them, but it gave light by night to these, so that the one came not near the other all the night. And Moses stretched out his hand over the sea, and Yahuwah caused the sea to go back by a strong east wind all that night, and made the sea dry land, and the waters were divided. And the children of Israel went into the midst of the sea upon the dry ground, and the waters were a wall unto them on their right hand and on their left. And the Egyptians pursued and went in after them to the midst of the sea, even all Pharaoh's horses, his chariots, and his horsemen. And it came to pass that in the morning, whilst Yahuwah looked onto the host of the Egyptians through the pillar of fire and of the cloud, and troubled the host of the Egyptians, and took off their chariot wheels, and they drave them heavily, so that the Egyptians said, let us flee from the face of Israel, for Yahuwah fighteth for them against the Egyptians. And Yahuwah said unto Moses, stretch out thine hand over the sea, that the waters may come again upon the Egyptians, upon their chariots, and upon their horsemen. And Moses stretched forth his hand over the sea, and the sea returned to his strength when the morning appeared, and the Egyptians fled against it. And Yahuwah overthrew the Egyptians in the midst of the sea. I'll stop there. That story never gets old, man.
Come on.
divided the waters. Only by the hand of your.
What happened to Gadar? He fell out. How Shaitan be hard at work, man? Everybody be good until it's time to come on here. Then all kind of people show up late, man. Man, most I can deal with you dudes, man. I hasten to tell you, man. You guys think this is a game, man. You don't do right by the Most High. He's not. And this is why things be so hard most of the time, bro. That's called judgment. People be showing up late. Now, people know every Friday, man. Typically at 8:30, this Bible study is taking place, man, unless something comes up. Even if something, does come up, you should still be here at least ready to go on this Bible study, unless you're sick and bedridden. Because there's nothing in this world that's going to save you. You better pay attention to what's going on, man. You guys better start paying attention to what's going on. This morning, America bombed Syria. Now, how do you think their allies are feeling about that?
Mm-hmm.
Syria's been attacking American soldiers. So they went in with some bombers and went over there and bombed them. And they said that had nothing in correlation, related to what's going on in Israel. Man, prophecy is really unfolding, man. You guys still think this is a game. Like I say, man, a lot of people are going to get caught up without their nation, man. And a lot of these Eves going to fall by the sword, because they're into this war heavy, man, heavy. But these are definitely signs of the times. I know people said that before. Okay, keep going. Keep doing what you're doing. Most of you guys don't have no faith in the Most High, man. This is like a ritual for you.
Mm-hmm.
Come on here and do it, but it's not really written in your hearts, man. If it was written in your heart, man, I can't wait, man. It's almost time for Bible study, man. That's how you're supposed to be.
Come on.
Because that's how you are about the kingdom. But you ugly Negroes don't want to die. Real talk, huh? Everybody want to go to Shemayim, but no one wants to die. They all want to go to heaven, but no one wants to die.
Mm-hmm. They're not ready to die for this, man. It's true.
They keep playing around with it, man. And they don't love their brothers either, man. A lot of people throw daggers at Tazadok's back, man. Look at David. He's a wicked demon.
And a fan favorite.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they only like him because he's a jester.
Exactly.
He's a jester. You see what I'm saying?
But
they clown him. See, I'm hitting something, That's the kind of man Eve like to be around.
Yep.
You don't control a fool like that,
Yep.
But I mean, they like him because he's like a jester, right? Not because he represents. That man is so far from masculinity, man, that it's a damn shame.
And to my point,
the masculinity that he has, he ascertained that since he's been around us, man.
And to my point, that just means people lack that discernment. Especially Eve. That's why they love him.
Well, they don't really love him. They love laughing at him.
Right.
But the ones that's written in the right spirit, they always says something about it.
Facts.
Oh,
they said, why you let him come on? I'm talking about Eve's.
Oh, yeah?
He said, well, you let him come on. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Buffoonery,
Foolishness.
I was trying to give the guy a pass, but his mouth,
It'd be reckless.
Yeah, the man don't have no control over his spirit.
Mm-hmm.
When people's spirits here, and he get wicked and curse everyone out. And what comes out when he's intoxicated, is already there.
Mm-hmm.
But these Eves, man, they don't believe in the Most High, most of them, That's why they rebel, man. If something in the Bible is telling you you're gonna die if you don't do thus saith Yahuwah and you still do it, you're a wicked demon, Don't talk the Bible to me, man. If you don't listen to your husband right now, if you're a woman under the sounds of our, like that damn demon Moshe, she's a damn demon to the core, man. That woman don't have no head,
Mm-hmm.
If she reading that damn Yiddish, I think she spent, and that got her open,
Hold up, Christ is her head. What you talking about?
Yeah, that's what they say, but that's not written.
God.
That's not written.
The scriptures tells us that she needs a head. Oh, you women, I'm gonna tell you something, man. And you don't like it, and you don't believe it because you're a demon.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you women that don't have no husband, you're gonna die. You're not gonna get the kingdom. Someone get that real quick, Someone get that real quick, man. Someone get Yeshaya, Isaiah.
Come on.
32, verse 1. You're not gonna make it, man. You can't make it. No, I don't believe it. He said you can't make it. Well, it's not what I said, it's what's written. I don't give a darn if you don't like it. It's what's there. Eve is she's at the pinnacle of sin, because Esau's allowing her to do it. And that man, he's going to hell in a handbasket. He already know he can't repent.
Come on.
So he's going to take as many of you all down as possible so he could try and prolong his time.
The book of Isaiah.
They don't want to listen to no man. They'll come up with all kind of excuses why they don't want to listen to the man. Oh, it's no buts, man. Show me that in the scriptures where it says you listen. It says in everything. You obey him in everything. Everything. That's why you can't keep a man. You get a piece of a man. Come on. You get a piece of a man. And then you complain about it. Because guess what? Who raised him? One of you. A woman just like you. A single mother. Then when he start acting bitchy and all of that, like a little sissy, then you complain about it. I don't know what's wrong. It ain't no good man because you're raising them. A masculine man like me, they don't want to deal with They do, but they don't. Because they know they're going to get checked. And I don't give a damn about your feelings, man. I could give less than a damn about what you think about me, man. But you're going to be hard pressed to find another man like me. I don't go out and get drunk. I don't run the streets. I don't get high. I don't do clubs. I don't go and watch porn. I don't get involved in threesomes. I don't go and smoke a spliff after this is over. Those are the kind of men you're dealing with,
God.
Most of these Israelites are into that, They're fakes. They're fakes. And Eve is so damn weak, man. And she try to be tough with the wrong man. She try to be tough with man of the Most High, man. But wicked Jake come around with a little nice car, whatever. Then he impregnate her dumb behind. Then she complain and then get animosity towards all men.
It's a cycle.
See, that's judgment, man. I hate to say it, man. A lot of you, I'm gonna hit you with something too. A lot of these women come in relationships with problems, that have been molested and everything. They bring that over to a relationship and try and be. You ain't supposed to be in no damn relationship if you haven't healed. You don't bring that to the next man. The man shouldn't have to deal with that. That's some type of judgment the Most High allowed to happen. Because nothing can happen unless the Most High allowed that thing to happen. Someone bring that precept,
Isaiah
32, verse 1.
Come on. The book of Isaiah, chapter 32, verse 1. Behold, a king shall reign in righteousness, and princes shall rule in judgment.
Okay, these princes are Israelite men, righteous Israelite men.
And the
These
man
are going to reign in righteousness, and princes are going to be there in judgment, man. So who's going to judge the world? The saints. It tells us in the book of Talahim, Psalms. The saints shall judge the world. Who are the saints? The Israelites. The men that you think's nothing. So you can't tell Eve a damn thing, They thought, I'm going to tell you guys something, man. You better be careful too, man. Because a lot of these Eves are cover their head and all that and pretend to be righteous just to lure you in.
Yep.
What's that whore name? That rapper that acting like a whore. Then she said, well, I think next year I'm going to join the Hebrew Israelite movement so I can get a husband.
You talking about
said that?
She literally said that,
Yeah, she's a
she know how stupid Jake is, man.
Who said
big
that?
hoe, man. Suki.
Yo, she made a video twerking with her butt in front of a little boy, man.
Suki. That's
That's
the name.
wild.
I don't even know what that is, but that's wild.
I saw that. She said that though. They was talking about it. I'm gonna stop being a whore. And
Nobody want to marry her. She said, "Yeah, I think I'm going to go and join the Hebrew Israelite movement next year. Once I stop being a whore, I'll get married over there because she know you simple jakes will marry her, man."
Yep. No respect for themselves.
Eve's out of order.
Nothing new.
We're going to talk about masculinity, man. They don't want you to be masculine. They hate men like me, but they love them because they can't control them.
Mm-hmm.
Each day is born a man that hate which he cannot understand.
Verse 2. And the man shall be as in hiding place from the wind. And
stop. Someone break that down. It's telling you what's going on right there. Huh?
Hiding place from the wind. That wind, it's going to blow hard. That's going to be destruction.
The wind represents the destruction that's coming up.
Come on.
It even goes on to tell you it's a tempest.
Yep.
What is a tempest? It's like a tornado, a hurricane.
Tornado. Yep.
So it's basically saying a man's going to be your protection.
And they
you can't
cover
Eve nothing, huh?
Mm-mm.
You trying to tell her she's that masculine energy is a turn off, man. You want a woman all up in your grill, man. Like she's George Foreman or somebody. She's all up in your grill, huh?
Georgie.
Man.
It's the best grill I
George
have.
Foreman, man. Stay out of my grill.
It's the best grill I ever had, man. And the cover from the tempest as rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land. Verse 3. And the eyes of them that see shall not be dim.
Come on. Yeah, that's it. So it's telling you man's going to be the protection right there. Huh?
And
the man's going to be the protection.
And the ears of them that hear shall hearken. The heart also of the rash shall understand knowledge, and the tongue of the stammerers shall be ready to speak plainly.
Don't you know that dude David say he know he's going to be in heaven?
That's crazy. I would never.
I'll whip his behind.
I would never proclaim that, man.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that.
Yeah, he said it plenty of times, huh?
Oh, I like this precept. The vile person, verse 5, the vile person shall be no more called liberal, nor the churl said to be bountiful. The vile person shall be no more called liberal. What do they call all these women out here shaking they booties? A bunch of liberals. Sexually liberated women.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, it sickens me up when you go on TikTok and this little hand thing they got, man. I shouldn't let it affect me, but I have no respect for those women. So they spin their hands and I mean, you got older women, younger women, and the facial expression says all.
What you talking about spinning hands?
Like when they rotate their hands in a circle, they do a little spin of their hands and.
I think I know what
you're talking about, man.
It's a dance, right?
That they're all doing and it's like always monkey see, monkey do with them. Huh?
Yeah,
especially on TikTok.
Yeah, nothing's original. Everyone's doing the same thing.
Yep.
Same beats over and over.
Come on. Whatever's trending.
Simon says.
Eve, she always gotta turn around and show that funk. Every time she's doing, I mean, it really incenses me. You know what's And Esau is showing that he's the devil, and Moab also, because they don't flag it. But they'll flag me for talking like this. They're showing you that they're devil. And they're devil advocates. Yeah, man. So what the Most High say about masculine men? 1 Corinthians 16, verse 13.
Con. Book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 16, verse 13. Watch ye, stand fast in the faith, quit you like men, be strong.
Quit you like men mean act like men. So what should that verse tell us then, Jadir? There's a certain behavior that men have. Men are not supposed to act like women, man.
Come on.
It says act like men. Stand firm and act like men. So it's telling you men supposed to behave not like no David. I mean, a couple times he was reading. I said, yo, man, read stronger, man. You got a deep voice. It sounds like Michael Jackson when he's reading. Come on. Keep reading. I gotta take this.
Come on. So it's interesting, the following verse after that. Verse 14 reads, let all your things be done with charity. That translation is actually love. And they try in the world today separate masculinity from love when it's technically one and the same as it is written here.
Come on. Well set up. Good observation. Yep.
Yeah, man, it just,
it's
man, out and about.
It's love you.
Oh, go ahead, Hawk. You're good.
No, you're right. Like you spot on. It's that order and strength and that structure that's love, and that's the epitome of the Most High. He gives us order, strength, structure, and that's exactly what people fear, what they rebel from. I mean, there's no such thing as rebellion. There's not anything to rebel from, so the epitome of masculinity, in its essence is that strength, that order, structure, and that's what Eve really don't like.
Come.
I never even peeped that.
Like it up because her mind has been degenerate. She thinks she's thinking from her own accord.
That's it.
The devil's controlling her mind.
Spot on.
She thinks that's her own accord, and that's woefully sad. Deborah 22 verse 5, man. How should she be dressing? Should they have one of these tight jeans? They live in Florida, and they wearing yeast productive jeans. And you know what I'm talking about when I say yeast productive jeans. They're so tight that the cavity between her leg cannot breathe. So she develops yeast infections. She's always itching.
Come on. It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22, verse 5. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man. Neither shall a man.
If you go down there, boy. You're a hell of a man if you muff diving down there. Come.
Scary waters. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment. For all that do so are an abomination.
So this means even if someone is cross-dressing like Jamie Foxx has done, like Wesley Snipes has done, like Ving Rhames had done. I mean, they're emasculated all these damn so-called masculine men, man.
Kanye West.
Kanye West did that?
He wore skirts up.
I don't remember him doing that. Nah, I don't know. I gotta see that.
Prince.
Oh yeah, Prince. I mean, he looked like that. They like that too, huh?
They do. They sure do.
You know, they'll promote that false image of what, you know, a real man is with a purpose in mind to destroy souls.
You got Ving Rhymes in a dress, man. They can coerce anybody to put on a dress, man.
Because, I mean, when you think about it, oh, so
go ahead, up.
I'll say when you think about it, the water, when you think about it, that's a waste of the Most High's power in this earth. A dude in a skirt, a man outside of his purpose, and that is as far outside of your purpose as you can get as a man. It just it gets under my skin, man. I can't stand it. And he said, you know, as we just read, you know, it says it's abomination. You might as well be dead. But those are the type of men that Eve is raising nowadays, and then complain about them. And Kahan put out some in a group chat, you know, some current events that are relevant to signs of the times. Man, hopefully everybody read those. If not, go ahead and get caught up. He brought up already about America bombing Syria, and it's like there's no sense of urgency, you know, among the people, even though it's plain as day. It's plain as day. On the brink of World War III, and it's like it's just another regular day, as it's written. Folks going to be marrying, giving in marriage. It's going to be just like the days of Noah. Folks going to get caught up without their nation, and that's it. And it's
I think they're doing bad now. That right there is going to push inflation way up. You better enjoy those low gas prices where you could.
Gas ain't even low no more. I don't remember last time I saw gas below $3.20 a gallon.
Oh yeah, it's about to be a new norm.
It's ridiculous, man.
Definitely about to be a new norm, and it's wild. It's wild because it's all about their feelings, man. It's wicked, man. Wickedness. And then to justify it just makes it that much worse. Yeah, we don't see them. This thing's definitely feeling to play out.
Or it's big business. Big business.
Come on. What's sad, Sleepy Joe, he made a statement and said Gaza was inflating their death toll numbers, pretty much trying to undermine the damage that's been going on. I mean, come on, what was it, 6,000 bombs dropped in 6 days?
What the hell do you expect?
And you trying to say that not that many people died? Like, come on. Trying to take no responsibility for nothing. I mean, that's what America has always done. They never take responsibility.
Is that a precept won't to them that call evil good and good evil?
Right. Come on. Man,
that's exactly what come to mind, man.
This country is built off murderers and scammers, man.
But it's just sad that these people still trust these people that run this government, man. I really don't get that. How can you have faith in the enemy? I don't get it. Really don't get it.
That precept is Isaiah chapter 5, verse 20. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, and put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. That's exactly, everything's topsy-turvy, man. That's exactly what's going on. It's been like that for a while, a long while.
Men being women, women being men.
And it's just as bad in the so-called woke community. I still haven't seen too many females, let alone males, that are like that. Because what's the purpose of the woman's liberation? Yeah, it turned the family, against each other. Allowed the so-called corporations to double tax having all the women go in the workforce. No, that does not benefit the family at all.
And still not get paid enough to provide for a family.
Exactly.
So I want the opportunity, but it's a false idea of it. You don't even have it.
Yeah, what are they doing with that opportunity? Nothing.
Right. Clubbing.
1 Timothy 5, verse 8.
Oh, yeah. Book of 1 Timothy chapter 5, verse 8. But if any provide not for his own, and especially for those of his own house, he hath denied the faith and is worse than an infidel. Spot on.
Come on.
So much for his money's my money and my money's my money.
Mm-hmm. This is to all those Nicholas Carefoots living off their mothers, to all the dudes living off their sisters. I just sent this precept to a couple people I know going through this right now, trying to live off a woman or another dude. Don't want to take no responsibility.
Worse than an infidel.
Infidel is an unbeliever. So you worse than someone that don't know no better.
Okay.
And what type of person provides for his own family? A man, a masculine man. That what the true definition of love is, the Most High on this earth, the man. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. A man that behaves like a man. How does a man behave? Strong. A voice like a multitude of waters. Courageous. All those things that they're attacking modern day. Complain about the masculine man and complain about the feminine man that they raise.
To suppress the truth is to give it force beyond endurance. Come on.
Well, hold on. Say that one more time.
Yeah, I'm about to say, whoa, wait a minute.
To suppress the truth is to give it force beyond endurance. They're trying to suppress the truth. You're just giving it a stronger force beyond the endurance, beyond what they would be able to tolerate. Every time they try to suppress the truth, you make the truth stronger. In other words.
Never thought about it like that.
Because the truth is still going to be the truth, huh?
Yep.
Whether they like it or not. You can't suppress the truth. You got to give it force beyond endurance.
Yep. You know, interesting you bring that up. I'm going to say a quick story. You know, ever since me and my son's mother, you know, separated, divorced, if you would say, you know, she had to take on her own responsibilities, paying her own bills, whatever. So slowly but surely, you know, I'm like, yo, you gotta pay for this, you know, your own stuff, you know, to drop him off, whatever is your responsibility. And so just now, it was yesterday, I had to get him a new stroller because he grew out of his previous one. And, you know, I copped it, I bought it, whatever. But I'm like, oh, like, you're gonna send me half? Like, I pretty much asked her if she's gonna send me half. So I'm like, oh, you're gonna use this too, right? So you're gonna send me half? And this girl done went back from a year ago for something she paid, very minuscule. Was like, oh, I paid for this. Why should I pay for this? And that was just me, like, just testing the waters just to see how she would respond. But that just goes to show that Eve's not ready to contribute, you know, 50-50 with a man. Like, she's really not. And she doesn't understand the sacrifice that it takes to sustain a family, let alone without complaining, you know? Because I'm never complaining about providing for my family, right?
So, forgive me. Let that 50-50 kind of provides like an itch. I'll just say 100.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that puts in a whole nother dynamic. All of what you have and all of what you offer and all of what, you know, you willing to bring, all of you, that's what a man does. And if a woman's going to help the man, why would she not?
Right. Exactly. So that just goes to show, like, you know, I pretty much did that to expose her. Like, you're not about it. Like, you're not gonna do this gracefully. You're not gonna do it willingly, you know, because it's not in your nature to. And I get it, but just admit to it. And maybe, you know, it wouldn't be so difficult for you to, you know, keep a man.
Cause shoot, how many women we hear, single mothers, complain about providing for the family?
All the time.
Exactly.
Man, when I was younger, my mother, all day, every day. Because, you know, my pops wasn't around. So I remember that very vividly, man. And that's why I stopped asking for stuff at a very young age because of that. Because it just made me uncomfortable because she would complain so much. So, you know, I started getting it on my own really, really young, you know, praise be to Yah. Because that taught me a life lesson that, you know, I took on. But it's true, I don't really hear men complaining that much about providing for their kids.
Exactly. Now, we share that a little bit, man, because, man, every time it was time for me to get something, it was like, oh, well, your sisters need this and your sisters need that. And I'm the oldest. So, yeah, I don't, you know, figured out ways they're on reselling candy back when they had penny candies.
Come on, yeah.
Making calendars or whatnot. You know, other things that aren't so honorable. You know what I'm saying? For the OGs in the neighborhood or whatever the case is.
Come on.
But yeah, I didn't ask for another thing after 13. I was done.
Facts.
Yeah, I was done with that. But that just goes to show, like, that they ain't nowhere near about it. They against the man, against the Most High. With a man and still find a reason to complain.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what.
Yeah, man. You don't know how to be grateful for a man. Always trying to tear the man down.
Yep.
What's that precept on there shall be a day where a woman shall surpass
the man.
Surpass a man, come. That's in Isaiah too, no?
Yeah, Most High's going to do a new thing.
Woman shall.
Yeah, he's talking about. Is he talking about Jeremiah?
Jeremiah.
31 and 22.
Come. Jeremiah 31:22.
Yeah, Jeremiah 31:22 is a woman shall surpass a man.
Come. The book of Jeremiah. I'm going to read that real quick. Jeremiah chapter 31, verse 22. How long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? For Yahuwah hath created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man. These prophetic books, man.
Ain't another one like it. But they'll continue to point this out, point that out. Yeah, but it doesn't really outline what you should do here, or I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this. But I'm not gonna do that.
This is why the church tries so hard to undermine the so-called Old Testament or the Torah because of these prophecies, man. Because once you link this to reality, you can't unsee it. You cannot unsee it.
But
Wouldn't even call it a counter argument. That's the main thing I hear when bringing up precepts about the dynamics between man and woman, man above a woman, because that's the order that the Most High created in this earth. I always hear, "Oh, that's old. That's old. We live in a new, it's a new time period now. This and that, the third." How can the word of Most High go old? It doesn't make sense. You don't read the Old Testament. Well, guess what? What was Christ studying when he came on this earth?
Right.
What was he? All he said was, "As ye have heard, as ye have heard." He was just referencing the law of Moses. This is not nothing new. This stuff is not new, and it's not old either. I'm sorry, put this in the nature of a man to rule over a woman. Woman is already from the beginning being rebellious. Look at Eve from the very beginning. It's wickedness, man.
Romans 12 and 10.
Come on. Book of Romans, chapter 12, verse 10. Be kindly affectionate one to another with brotherly love, in honor, preferring one another.
Well, I can't seem to get that, boy. I get a lot of brotherly hate and daggers. Even an old fool named David.
Who's hanging on you, what?
I think the appropriate question is who's not.
Yeah, because and God done showed me some things.
I should specify my question and ask who amongst the brethren is hating, not just an outsider. Because if they hating, then they shouldn't be amongst us, or they should at least be called up in front of the assembly.
Even Yahusha allowed Judas to remain amongst the body. I suppose there's wisdom in that. There's an old saying that they say, keep your enemies close. You see the moves he's making. Come on.
Yeah, that thing. I done seen some folks flip out, man, on the Kahan and He just took it in stride, man. Took it in stride. Did everything that I know a man can do besides beg him for forgiveness. And these folks out here,
demon came out of him. What?
Oh, to this day, I'm never gonna forget. I've never witnessed anything like that in my entire life. They ain't gonna drop a whole nother person inside of the same body, completely flip the script, completely. All because he got cut with these precepts. And it wasn't even like a direct cut. It wasn't like, it won't even, it won't something broadcasted or nothing. And I was just like, hey, until, get, your stuff, your house in line and in order, you know what I'm saying? Probably should, step down from a position of leadership. And when I tell you the pride, that thing was crazy. That was crazy. The most a man could love another man, and the folks that just, man, people are wicked.
Yep.
People are wicked. They say one thing and mean something completely different, but do it with a smile on their face.
Yep.
That's the type that make me want to hurt somebody. I'm like, man, get away. But yes, suppose there is wisdom in that. But it be the one that be gung ho too, ain't it, Con?
Con.
See the T-Doc for life Negroes. Your first one to run. First ones to get up out of here. Do something jacked up and backstab or something crazy. Nah, it ain't what they say is what they do. He done taught me some things about that. Man. Something that war in a foreign nation, I ain't never even witnessed it there. Things that happen in your own backyard. That's wild. But so but that is the right question. Who has not? And it's been so many. So I said, walk circumspectively. Like for real, like taking in these like the precepts. Like every time I learned something, I took it straight to my family, took it straight to my sons and my daughters, and forcing myself to just think differently and look at things brand new. And the stuff that the Spirit revealed is just, if you really you're gonna be able to make the connection. And the folks that can't, I just think they're not sincere enough. That's just what it has to be.
Okay. It's not for everyone, huh? Scriptures say that.
Yep.
Yeah, man. Yeah, this stuff is priceless. I'll be contemplating on that. Eyes of understanding in any degree. It's priceless. Prolongs your life.
Mm-hmm.
I'll make the claim in a bold statement. Anyone, man, woman, child, get between me, my creator, or me and the brotherhood, you got to go.
Easy.
With all haste. With
Easy.
all haste, you got to go.
I think people fear a unified group. You know, like
Yep.
people who stand on and share the same principles, values, and it just so happens to be not of our own, but of the Most High. So people fear that, and that's all right.
Come on.
They call them zealots.
Come on.
That's what you call a zealot. And they demonize that. Come to find out, that's just somebody who's.
You said zealots?
Yep.
Yeah, some of the Israelites are zealots. Oh, Barabbas.
Come. It's just someone who's dedicated to the end.
That's it. And there's a wise saying called that says, "Stand for something or fall for anything."
Come. Yeah, and people, you know, a lot of folks, you know, outside looking in, we don't even agree with each other on everything.
Nope.
But what the strength is, the principle that we stand on is Christ no matter what. And that's all that matters. Like, you can not see things the same. That'll be an asset to the brotherhood. Not a reason to run away with your tail between your legs because you got told on, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
You gonna got told. Who do you think he is? Man, it ain't got nothing to do with that. It's like a family. So what? You know, big brother, big sister, you know, uncle, aunt, and your family. They tell you about yourself. You run away from home? No. You take it, eat it, and fix yourself. And yeah, ain't nothing like it. There's nothing like it. There's nothing like it. You know,
So like,
just
to add on to what you're saying, because it was itching me too. You know, even when we disagree, you know, in order to come to harmony, we use the scriptures. We don't use our own understanding.
Facts.
As simple as that, because that mitigates all arguing, and that's what most people who are so-called unified can't do. Is create harmony amongst even themselves. I done seen this group of men bounce back from so much, especially just recently. Like, come on, man.
Huh.
I ain't never seen this, ever. All I see dudes is shoot, kill, fight, hit each other's women.
Yep. Then pour out a little liquor.
Yep.
Seen that.
I don't do none of that, man. How can you hate on this, man? How can you hate? It don't make no sense.
Because it reminds them of their evil. Huh? That's why they do it.
I was just thinking that in my head.
That's the only thing it can be. I mean, it's clearly outlined in honor. It don't say in scornfulness and murmuring and complaining, in honor, preferring one another. So, I mean, you boast about yourself, but so much you might be out of line unless you're trying to bring somebody up with you. You know what I'm saying? So everybody got something to bring to the table. I mean, it is what it is. That's all. Let your brother boost you up. I'm gonna do it every time, man, because it's scripture, it's Bible. That's how you know, each one gets, fulfilled in Christ, preferring one another, in honor, preferring one another, not in dishonor. But all things in love, man.
Cool.
Yeah, we got the signs of the times. So there's evil in the world, and I'm gonna say I'll make a equally bold statement that this is definitely the hope. This is the hope of the world. In Christ, that's the hope of the world in these perilous times.
Facts.
You got folks going around shooting up businesses and bystanders. Seems like a random event.
Man, I feel like the CIA be sending them folks in, man. For real. Either it's that or, the system is so messed up that this is the result of it. People like this, or like that, I should say. Shooting people.
People in this world.
Right.
Seems like everybody is just mentally unstable. It's like something in the air or something.
Oh, there's definitely something in the air. There's drones.
They don't have no type of moral compass or just no type of stability. No type of mental strength. It can't. What's the biggest thing now? So something like a high percentage of Americans are on antidepressants and they got no strength.
They be handing those things out like Tic Tacs. I was 17. They was trying to hand that thing to me. I was like, no way. What's wrong with y'all?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, man. Like a damn Tic Tac. It makes you brain dead, man. I seen what it did to my cousin. For real. Makes your spirit. It just suppresses it. Like you can sense it.
I mean, really, that goes back to as hard as they push that, they, in a sense, of saying that Most High made a mistake. Because you got to depend on outside substance.
Yeah, Most High don't make no mistakes, man.
Come on. These folks just trying to earn a dollar or two off of someone else's pain and suffering. Yeah, this world is wicked, man. It really is.
Come on. That's why you got to focus on the things above, not below. Why would the Most High make that distinguishment?
Just be trying to play the Most High. Stray you further and further away from the truth. Where your real power is. Where your real power comes from. And you end up dependent on them.
Mm-hmm.
It goes against the first commandment. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. You turn away from the Most High, turn to Satan's ways. Do what Satan does. You wonder why your life is so chaotic.
Right. And I'm not one to say that my life is perfect. I mean, I'm sure nobody's life on here on this panel is perfect. Meaning, like, ain't no hardships going on. But one thing's for certain is I ain't never had this sense of peace because I know the Most High with me, because I have His wisdom.
Calm.
You move, you operate differently. You don't gotta be spiteful. You don't gotta do petty things. You don't gotta rely on yourself to get that salvation or peace, because the Most High is already offering for you.
That's what a lot of worldly people don't get. The ones that, I'm saying like that, they suffer from anxiety and constant depression. They don't have no Hamashiach to lean on. They're leaning on their own understanding and their
Right.
own heart. Once you do that, you're destroyed. You can't go through this life without the Supreme Allah. It's not possible. And once you further stray away from His laws, statutes, commandments, he pulls that covering He has around us, more and more over. Your life gets more and more over effed up.
Yep.
That's what the armor is. You put the armor on. Armor doesn't mean that no attack doesn't come. This armor is the protection against the attacks.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Spot on. That's what I think about. Every time I face stress, I'm like, nah, man, Most High got me. Let me just read the word real quick. I'll be all right.
Are there any panels out there where women are encouraging other women to follow these laws, statutes, and commandments?
If I knew.
And I say that because I mean that's proof. I mean that in itself is proof. I mean, yeah, you got men who are, out of line, but you got a fraction of men in which their masculinity brings them to a sense of logic and spirituality. I don't see that go on with women.
Nope.
Like they increase in folly and in wickedness and to their own hurt and the folks around them.
Because it's
You know
cancer.
what I mean?
Women out here telling other women to commit adultery.
In the music, in the movies, all over the culture.
I mean, so clearly the man brings, a foundation and a balance to the family unit. I've not yet heard or seen or even got a glimpse of something like that going on the other side,
You must never heard of David. The only kind of balance he's going to bring is a bunch of empty beer bottles.
Yeah.
Using the excuse that Hamashiach was sitting with what would be considered, I guess, unworthy people at the time. That's okay for him to drink. Sitting with sick people.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess it just makes it okay for you to stay in sickness. It's not the fact that he was sitting with sick people. It was the fact that he was sitting there with sick people to heal them.
Right.
To not continue to be sick in their sin.
That's literally what the precept says. It's them that needs the healing.
Can't justify being a drunkard.
But David, you can.
Why? Because Noah was a drunk? I can't believe he really said that.
What's that given unto strong drink? Man, let me see. Proverbs 31:6. Give strong drink unto him that is ready to perish, and wine unto those that be of heavy hearts.
We read it to him. He was ready to perish.
Come on. Verse 7, let him drink and forget his poverty and remember his misery no more. Just ready to give it up. Sad statement.
Ain't that what the definition of a reprobate is? Let me look that up right quick. Someone who deceives themselves. Most High, let them go.
Reprobate. Now, an unprincipled or depraved person. Depravity. And you got no morals. Reprobate adjective, morally corrupt, depraved. Foreordained to damnation. Damn. Of relating to or characteristic of a reprobate. You're just, you've been, you damn to hell, man.
Yeah, that gets me every time, man.
Damn.
Reprobate verb. To condemn strongly as unworthy, unacceptable, or evil. I feel like the worst thing is to get a reprobate mind, man, because there's no, once your mind has become reprobate, you're completely brainwashed into the sin that you're committing, whatever it is. You've accepted the fact that, okay, this is what I'm doing now. And you can't get out of it. It's a never-ending cycle.
Yeah, that's what David reminds me of. his mindset toward that dang on bottom. So reprobate minds, Most High, that priest always said it gave them up to a reprobate mind because they deceived themselves.
Is that Romans?
God, book of Romans chapter 1, verse 28. Even as they did not like to retain the Supreme Elohim in their knowledge. There you go. Supreme Elohim gave them over to a reprobate mind to do those things which are not convenient, being filled with all unrighteousness, fornication, wickedness, covetousness, maliciousness, full of envy, murder, debate, deceit, malignity, whisperers, backbiters, haters of the Supreme Elohim, despiteful, proud, boasters, inventors of evil things, disobedient to parents, without understanding, covenant breakers, without natural affection, implacable, unmerciful, who knowing, this is it right, let's sum it up, who knowing the judgment of Supreme Elohim, that they which commit such things are worthy of death. Not only do the same, but have pleasure in them that do them. So these are folks that know better and yet and still continue on. Man, David had everything short of an AA meeting over here. He had better than an AA meeting. Brothers over here pleading with him, showing him the scriptures, let him know he's in error. So I guess everybody over here is crazy, and you the only one that's sane.
Come on.
You want to get it all figured out, huh? It's a sad day. And that's, how do you deal with somebody who is, you know, is worthy of death? Pity. Shake your head in the pity.
Thing is, I don't think he cares. Alcohol hold him down for a minute.
Hence the product of a feminine man. A man with a feminine mindset. Nothing but wickedness.
It's a different type of alcoholic. Dude. You drinking cases. I've never seen that before, man. Like 24 packs. I couldn't even. That's just kind of sick. My stomach, really. I can't even imagine.
Why do you want him out there quick? Once he got there?
What
he said, this man got to go, man. What's going on? This man really drinks a lot.
You say Marty said that?
Yeah.
Wow.
You say one day kept leaving all kind of different lights on in his house. You got tired of him quick, huh? Yep. Guys just went quiet. I think I'm gonna shut this down, man. Say shalom, man. I'm not sure what happened to Kadar, man. I'm gonna say shalom, man. Shalom, shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Sure.